You're tuned in to Floridian Rollo. I'm your host, Floridian Rollo, and I'm coming at you with another live stream. Appreciate those who will be tuning in to the show. I want to talk about what I learned being in the Deep South, what I really learned. And I could tell you this before we get right to it. Let me get things set up on my phone. That way that it's ready to go. So give me 1 second while I type this information in. Okay. I'm doing this on the fly. Give me 1 second. Okay. There we go. Yeah. Okay. There we go. What's up, y'all? What's going on, everybody? You're tuned into Floridian Rollo. Once again, I'm your host, Floridian Rollo, and I am coming at you with a live stream. So hopefully y'all can hear me loud and clear. For whatever reason, the restream, I don't see anything going on in the studio. Hold on 1 second. Let me see what's going on. Let me say something else. Let me see if it's going to work. Yep. Let's see if it works now. Yeah, there's an issue going on with the restream. The comment section. Okay, it's coming through right now. All right, it's coming through right now. Okay. Let me set something up real quick. I'm looking for something. Hold on 1 second, y'all. I know I have it somewhere here. No, that's not the one I'm looking for. There it is. This is the one I'm looking for. Give me 1 second. Doing something real quick. Why is this not opening? There we go. Yeah, okay. Is it standing? I don't want it to drop. All right, there we go. I appreciate y'all for tuning into the show. Okay, let's get right to it. What I learned about being in the Deep South is this, right? Is that you become more connected to what's really going on with your life, dealing with people, and it makes you more aware and you have more open space, more opportunities, and it also challenges you to become a better man. See, when I was in New York, while I was doing many things and running a business, a few years back, I still wanted to know what it's like to be away from a place you was born in most of your life. I had a guy told me this a long time ago. And he said, Rollo, you won't really know who you are, what you're going to be around until you travel. And I asked him this question: what is so important to travel? He said, many people never get the opportunity. He said that his parents made sure that they was taken care of as kids, yet they didn't get the opportunity to travel like most of the children they grew up around. And it dawned on me because I know when I was young, my parents let me, when we was teenagers, me and my sister, my younger sister, to travel, what I'm saying, to go to Detroit, to go to Ohio, to go to Georgia or Virginia, places like that. And so it taught me, travel taught me a lot about people, y'all. So it wasn't that much of an adjustment to be down here in the state of Florida because of my traveling. It helped me. And so what I want to teach the men in life is that travel, it makes you not only become aware, it makes you want to do more in life and give, advice. Because a lot of people ask me, how do you do it? What I'm saying, how did you go to these places mostly to yourself or with a few people here and there most of your life? And I say it's just adjusted. I adjusted to the norms. You get what I'm saying? And so I'm glad to see other men, some of you women, you adjusting to the norms of your environment because most of us was taught where you live at is where you're supposed to stay for the rest of your life. And I disagree with that. And, you got to think about the parents, how far they was willing to go to make sure you good. So as a parent, you making sure how far you are willing to go for your future generations so they could add on to what you started. And I think a lot of people are starting to see that for themselves. And I'm greatly happy that the Most High have used me to be the deacon of light. And it's not easy because as a man, being to yourself, you go through your, situation. You got to take care of yourself. You may not have a partner. You may not have someone of the opposite sex you could talk to from time to time about certain things because they got their own stuff going on, as ladies got their own stuff going on too. And so I tell you, I may make it look easy. It's not easy because you have to make more adjustments, So I will tell you guys that I had to adjust a lot to be down here. I had to make sure that I be more responsible because see, in New York, everything's right in front of you. Even down here where I'm at, you still got to travel to get certain things. So I have to calculate. Everything I do is calculation. Yet what it taught me is to be more responsible than I ever been in a long time. And when you're responsible, things start flowing. The Most High starts flowing more things in your life. And he pushes out those who are not supposed to be there, in this journey. And I'm just so grateful. I'm very grateful for the people that the Most High have in my life. And those who are not in my life, they're not in my life because they're not supposed to go where I'm going because they was not in it for the right reasons. And when I went out today, for those who saw the bowling, I was talking to the family because it was the Father's Day situation, and I decided I wanted to go out and I bowled. I had a great time. And if you watch the video, I got the light roomed up. The guy's dad, he was so excited. He was with his wife. The lady was with her husband. She was assisting me because I forgot about, lane 10. you know, because I'm used to, I was bowling so quick. And I said, wait a minute, I thought the game was over. I'm getting ready to do the next one. So she was assisting. Then I realized, oh, it's lane 10. And so it took me off the loop. The point is I was talking to the family, then they had the man with his wife had two sons. And then they was with her father and her mother, which is the guy and his wife, the short Indian guy, the short Indian lady, that's the lady's moms and pops. And so we had the conversation. So he said, oh, you was on TikTok? I was like, yeah, I got a TikTok. He said, oh, how many people was watching? I said, a certain amount of people was watching. So it dawned on me of what Brainwaves was talking about, the responsibility, you know, being to yourself. You could be on the internet a little bit more than, being a family man, you have to balance out everything. And so when I sit there and watch the family and how they was moving, I was like, man, I think the guy realized. He said, man, you in a tournament? I said, yeah, I was in a tournament before, what I'm saying, just having a conversation. And so I want to tell you guys out there, man, that everybody is going through certain situations, making adjustments in life. And this place, I'm telling you, I've been adjusting every single day. The Most High has adjusted me into heights I cannot even imagine. I can't do it without Him through Christ. I can't do it because it's like this time coming back down here, it's been greater than the first two times because it's a lesson. I had to learn the lesson to be ready because sometimes when you think you're ready, you're not ready. The Most High knows when you're ready, and so He knows I'm ready because He wanted me to get certain things ready to where I'm at now, and so that's why I tell y'all, man, don't rush. If y'all notice, I have not rushed into certain things, and I'm allowing the Most High to guide my steps down here. And so I was talking to the guy that picked me up to drop me off at the house, and we was talking about some business. And it dawned on me. He said, "Man, I love what I do. You know, driving down here and picking up clients and it was like, wow, man, it was good to see that this young man, doing his thing. And then he told me that he got the vehicle. I said, it's a nice vehicle you got, man. You got it in good shape. And he told me, yeah, he got it, reused and certain amount of miles. And then he said, man, I'm almost paying this off within a year. He said, I had to make sure I take care of this. I'm trying to get another vehicle. And, he's a family man. And so what I tell you guys and ladies is that, wow, the economic is different down here in comparison to New York. You get to get more things done down here. And believe it or not, I even I'm even surprised how much stuff I got done down here. I'm surprised, y'all. I'm very surprised. I know this is the Lord's doing because I make so much adjustments. It's unbelievable how much I have done since I've been back down here. And for whatever reason, it was too many strongholds for me in New York City. It was too much strongholds. And once I let those strongholds go, them entities out of my life, what I'm saying, everything started working, you know. And so I tell you, it's not easy, you know. And that's why I salute Ringo, his family, for making the adjustments. It's not easy, especially when you got a family. It's not easy. So it goes to show you how much responsibility it is to be in the South. It's a lot of responsibility, y'all. And so when I finally changed my residency, it took a lot to do that. You know what I'm saying? It's just different, man. It's different. You know, I'm just like amazed, man, what the Lord has done in our lives, man. And it made me more closer to him, with all these scenarios going on. Yeah, what's up, Benny's? And I appreciate those who's viewing in the clouds, listening. I just tell you, man, ladies, I arrive. I arrive. I officially arrive here. And with everything going on in the world, the Most High still make a way for his people, man. He gets all the praises. So I want to thank each and every one of y'all for your continued support, for your continuing love and great messages, rooting for me to win because I'm rooting for y'all to win too. I'm rooting for y'all to win too. One of the most important things I learned being in the South is staying out of people's situations, and it made me connect more with people, even if we don't agree on certain things. The point is, we getting things done, and I let the people, you know, see where I come from. I see where they come from. We meet somewhere in the middle, and we go from there. And so I would tell y'all, if you're going to move to the South, if you live in a North state and you plan on moving to the South, just look into it, make some adjustments. It's very hot right now. It's 80 degrees out here. Listen, it's 80 by 85 out here right now. And by the time it gets to 5, 6 o'clock, it'll be in the 90s. It's whew. I had a couple of brothers say, "How you do it, man? How you do it? How you deal with this hot humidity weather?" Because I was ready for it, man. The Most High put me in that situation. You know, He put me in this situation to deal with the humidity. It's just it's so great. I thank you, Alexandria, for the support. Let me do something here. Appreciate the $50 contribution. She says, "Blessings, Rollo. Have a great night. You too, Alexandria. Great night as well. Great night and great successful opportunities to come." I would tell you this. It felt great to bowl. It felt great. It felt great. And I felt more light, y'all. I felt more light. If you watch the video, you see me walking back and forth. I felt the lightness. The heaviness is gone, y'all. The heaviness of me is gone. When I hold the bowling and I was bowling, I could feel the difference, compared to last year. You know what I'm saying? I'm more lightweight. I'm shredding pounds. I'm shredding the stomach. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting in better shape, becoming more healthier. I'm already in rhythm, even when I was on the heavy side. The point is, it feels good to be in nature. It feels great to be a Floridian. I wouldn't change it for the world. I really thank the Most High for giving me the opportunity to come back down here, because normally There's a saying, if it didn't work out twice, it won't work out the third time. I disagree with that. I said this has to work because of what I've been through, and to be here and to have sanity and to trust in the Most High through Christ is one of the toughest things any man or any woman could deal with. To go through all the battles that you've been through all the stuff I've been through. I'm not supposed to be in this place, y'all. You know, I was listening to Ringo. He was telling some truth. I'm not supposed to be here, y'all. You know, the neighbor I stayed at, pull out a weapon, try to unalive me and my roommate because the roommate was trying to get with his sister. It's a lot of things that was going on in New York, man. You know, and I had another roommate, and I got slandered by him. It was just so much going on. You give people chances. I had me an ex-wife. Things didn't work out. It is what it is. I don't hold nothing against her. The point I'm saying is to be back down here for the third time. It's been nothing smooth sailing. And the reason why it's been smooth sailing for the most part is because I'm not around sinful people. You know what I'm saying? There's sinful people everywhere, sure. It's something that the Most High, He taught me, is that He said you should not be surprised. And he just show us a lot of things that makes us know, okay, it's time to move on. And that's what I've been doing. And I want to thank you supporters for encouraging me to stay on track, to not get in no beef with anybody. And that's thanks to you, Azandria, Brainwaves, Ringo, Forever Studio, all you supporters. Thank y'all. And if you notice, ever since I removed myself from certain situations, notice the channel has been growing the way it's supposed to grow. And I've been mixing it up with different, scenarios, talking about different things, different topics, different issues, and everything's flowing the way it's supposed to flow. And so that's thanks to y'all, you the supporters, being in the comment section, being in the chat, liking the video, sharing the video. Y'all make this possible, for me to go different places to connect with people and to learn about their journey. And so I can't wait to meet some of y'all real soon when y'all ready. In the meantime, I'm getting everything set up for that to happen. That's what I'm going to say on that. I'm not going to go too much into it. One thing I told the guy that was married to his wife, I said, brother, thank you for talking to me. I appreciate the conversation we had at the bowling alley. His wife is very supportive. They wanted to make sure I'm good. Her dad, her moms, it was like they wanted to invite me to go with them wherever they're going. I didn't want to be, into that because, for one, I want them to enjoy each other, and while they gave me the indication to be invited, probably had one of their family members, they because one thing because remember I was married to an Indian woman before, like legal papers. So it was like my ex-wife was thinking about me. That's how I looked at the situation because it was the way the whole situation was lined up. I'm like, oh no, but no, it's all good, it's all good. It's all good, man. It's all good. Shout out to the Gentiles. Shout out to our people that's winning, man. You know, that's what I tell you guys, man. I'm transparent, man. I dealt with different type of women, and that's why in the South I could adjust to just about any woman because of my experiences of having them in New York or Jersey or Pennsylvania. So when I came down here, it was not that difficult for me to deal with people and how they move because I dealt with that in New York. So most people it would be a culture shock because think about it. I go to Miami. We know Miami is various people. Orlando, various people. Jacksonville, few people. You know what I'm saying? So when you go to Jacksonville or the St. Augustines or the Daytonas, you're going to see that's the actual South of the so-called black, so-called whites, and few Latinos. But when you come to Orlando, it's a mixed multitude. When you go to Miami, it's a mixed multitude, and you you only see a small percentage of. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let me show you something. What's the population? Let's do this. Okay, let's do something here. Let's see what it says. Let's see if it gives it. See if it shows me. If it shows it. Okay, it shows it. Okay. All right. I'm gonna show you this right now, real quick. So this is the Orlando population. This is the correct one. Okay. Orlando population. Okay, quote unquote white folks makes up 43%. They the most. We second, quote unquote, 22%, 0.91. Two or more races, meaning multitude of cultures, is 20%. That's very, yeah, it's a mixed multitude here. Other race, 8.35%. Quote unquote, 4.4%. Uh, very percentage small of natives, and then Pacific Islanders is 0.6%. Okay. I can't do nothing with the ads. I can't do. Let me see if I can move it. Okay, I can move it. Okay. All right. So let's do. Let's see. All right. So males. Okay, married 40%. Right. 40% of males is married in Orlando. Widow is 1.3%. Divorced 10.6%. Separated 1.9%. Never married 45.3. So 45.3. Okay, let's go to the women. 30%, 36% married, widow 5.9, divorced 14.3, separated 2.8, never married. It's a lot of women that's not married in Orlando. Okay, so this shows the population has uh, gone up. Look at that, y'all. They expected to be over 400. Ooh man, that's an interesting trajectory. The reason why I'm showing that is because let me stop sharing it. The reason why I was showing that is because most of us are used to being around maybe two different cultures. Well, down here is a multicultural, or you run into your own, you're going to run into other cultures. And that's what people don't realize about Florida is that it's a multicultural state. And we're closer to the islands, we're closer to South America. So it's expected to be more of that connection, if that makes sense. Whereas if you talk to the people in California, like Azandria, she'll tell you that you see mostly Mexicans and you may see Puerto Ricans, you may see this and that, and you see our people, and then you see others, right? If you ask me, being a traveling man, I would say Florida has more of that than California and New York. I'm gonna be honest. I mean, we have more of different ethnicities down here in comparison to New York and California, LA specifically. You have to witness it by coming down here. It's hard to explain because we was taught that LA is the melting pot, or New York. There's some truth to that. No, you got to come down here and you see it's like a whole different. It's more culture. They more culture with it here than it is of my visit in LA or staying in New York. From my observation. So this is part of the title because when you go to certain places down here, they got their own spot. You know what I'm saying? They got their own area, and when you go there, you it's like you in a country, if that makes sense. Even though they're in America, and so the hospitality is not what it used to be. At the same time, it's still there. If you go to certain areas, certain locations, you could get that hospitality because it's a lot of people coming from other states down here, so they bring their own culture, if that makes sense. California have their own culture, New York have their own culture. Each state have their own culture. Yet, if you talk to the actual people that's from here, you know who's from here, who's not from here. If somebody's from another state, they move down here. It's like if I go to California, people from California know I'm not from California. It's a certain culture, it's a certain code, it's a certain way they move and talk. So Californians know Californians. So even though I'm not a Floridian born Floridian, people would not believe I'm from Brooklyn, New York. They don't believe. They know I'm from New York. They just wouldn't believe I'm from that part of New York. You know what I'm saying? Some people can hear it that I'm from the north. Some people don't even care. To be honest, they just happy that I'm down here. Uh, the politics is different. You know what I'm saying? For the most part, mind your business. Do like anyway. You mind your business. You stay out of trouble. And people will try you. Uh, yeah, they'll try you. At the same time, when I see people try me, I just move the way I'm supposed to move. If that makes sense. Hold on, my phone is ringing. Give me 1 second. Let me see what that is. I think I got an alert. Yeah. Okay. Good. I got a message. All right. All right. That's cool. Yeah. So that's what's going on. You know, money wise, I can't complain because I know that it takes time to get to a certain step, a certain level. I'm just more at peace. because I'm not allowing myself to be stressed out like I was up in New York City. I was very stressed out, yo. I just didn't show it as much because I had to do the content. Yeah, some people picked up on it and, had the conversation with me. Now it's just, okay, I know what to expect down here. I know what I need to do and just let it flow. And once you get what you're supposed to get, it continues to grow and grow and grow. So another thing I learned is that people pride themselves of being healthy. Now, you have people that you may consider overweight down here. Yes, absolutely. One thing I will tell you, what made me really motivated to stay in shape is because of the temperature, because of the tropic, and it forces you to be healthy. You have to be healthy down here because the hospitals we don't have that many hospitals down here. We have more planes and airports and transportation and stuff. But what this told me is that when you come down here, we have maybe a few in the area, but it's not like New York. New York had more. Like New York had a lot of hospitals. And what I realized is that places that have least hospitals, you tend to be you tend to do better of your eating habits, if that makes sense. And so my eating habits have gotten better. And that's due to the nutrition. It's going to cost a lot, of course, yet I had to take care of myself because when you don't have the type of family or the people like here to rely on, it will force you to be healthy, if that makes sense. You should be healthy. There's no excuse. I think that I was just more comfortable eating in New York City. And I believe the Most High told me, you're not going back to Florida until you get back into good shape. I'm not letting you go back down there. And so I'm glad he did that. I'm glad when I came back down here, I lost a ton of weight. And so I would tell you guys, man, what's up, Forever Studio? Being down here, uh, seeing my brother Zach in great health shape. He got his wife getting into great health shape. You know, a lot of the brothers I talk with down here, they in shape and they women in shape, even if they have a child. And man, these ladies have children down here. Next thing you know, they back in shape in 2 months. They're back in great shape. They back in the gym. And so to work down here, you have to have the look and you have to be in great shape, especially Miami. Especially Miami. I have not seen one person with a stomach working in Miami. No cap. They are strict on diet. It's just like what Pat Riley with the Miami Heat. When you see the NBA players play in Miami, you notice they're in great shape. Their nutrition. See, if they had Zion Williamson go to Miami, he'd be buff. So I think the healthy side, because even some California people love to be in shape. Oh no, no, no. That's especially in LA. Women be running up, jogging and all that stuff, swimming and all that. You know, it's just that it's too much activity for you not to be in shape down here. They got gyms. They got parks you could go to. There's so much to do, especially you got a family. You're gonna be very busy with your family down here because there's too much activities, to go to. And so I have learned that life is not as hard as we think it is, you know. And so I tell y'all before I go, because I got to get ready for the site. I got to get ready for the site. I got to get some rest. One thing about being at the site, y'all, it gives me a lot of content to do. So when I go to the site and when it's chime time, I get to learn about what content I'm going to be able to do this week. So I thank the Most High for putting me in this situation, man, to have this conversation with y'all. I had a great time bowling. I had a great time connecting with the families. Uh, this guy had hit. Yeah, yo, this Latino guy had me rolling. He was with his lady, and then there was a Dominican sister there. Man, them ladies, man, they was supporting the fathers. So happy Father's Day to all the fathers, all the great fathers, man. And salute to y'all, man. The work that you do for your children, it does not waver. Don't ever think it's gonna waver, guys. Whatever y'all do for your children, it's not wavering. Because when they get a certain age, they're gonna realize how much you care about their life, their safety, that you provide for them, and your wife too. So y'all keep up the great work. You know what I'm saying? Guys, just take it easy out there, man. Don't let the devil get the best of you, fellas and ladies. You know, I'm enjoying what I'm doing. I really am. I'm really enjoying it. I'm glad to be back live streaming. Sometimes you need a reset, to gather your thoughts. And I'm glad I did that 2 days off live streaming to do content videos. It pushed me. We're seeing the change, y'all. We're seeing the change. And so, to Forever Studios, your winning season. Azandria, it's your great winning season. Forever Studio is your great winning season to come. Zats, everybody, all of you guys and ladies, I know who you are. It's your great winning season. Have that great conversation with the Lord. He could take you many places that no man could take away from you. No woman could take away from you. The demons, the entities, their time has been over. And we're away from their bondage. We're away from their sin. All praises to the Lord. I'm here for a reason. Because if you ask me, like I told Forever Studio, I said, bro, I'm not even supposed to be in Florida right now. I'm not supposed to be here. I'm not even supposed to be a resident here. I'm supposed to have been gone since last year, a few years back. Supposed to have been gone, y'all. So I know the Most High have me here for a reason, man. This is why I'm staying away from a lot of drama, a lot of beef. I'm not getting engaged with people back and forth. It's not worth it, man. It's not worth it, y'all. Thank you for calling Brainwaves phone, Azandria. Thank you. Thank you the Most High for allowing that to happen. Because ever since then, everything's been great. And that's why, fellas, when you have a woman that's been around, or you have your lady that's been around, or a woman that knows what's going on been around. Listen, that's the Most High using her. So thank you for that, Azandria, as always, for calling Brainwaves cell phone that night. That to me was by far one of the most classic of all time. Because you like the brothers up. And you fellas play a role too. It's just a woman. Yeah, yeah. And shout out to the other ladies, you know what I'm saying, that rock with the platform too. And fellas. And so I'm going to say this in closure. Thank y'all for the journey. More to come. Make sure you become a member if you're not a member. I did a short member, straight to the point. Uh, yes, y'all know the footage I did. It wasn't that long. You know, it's going to be more long member videos. It's just that now is the time to go all in. If you're traveling, safe travels. If you're on the road, be mindful of cotton and scent. Be careful out there. Pray before you travel. Pray before you go to work. And pray for healing. Pray for greatness. Pray for opportunities. Go in your prayer closet and tell the Lord, look, if you said it, own up to it. Go in your prayer closet, or if you don't have a closet, go in your bed, lay your head down, and have that conversation with the Lord. Because let me tell you something. Me being down here is the Lord's doing. I'm telling you, I am very surprised I'm back down here. Because if you would have asked me, well, Raul, why are you so surprised? Because I am. And now that I'm a resident of Florida, ooh. Oh, God darn it, my phone fell. Oh, man, that means true. My phone fell, y'all. It's not cracked up. It's not cracked up. Oh, my gosh. That means it's time to end the live stream. My phone just fell. That means true. Everything I said was true. Wow. Give me 1 second. Let me get my phone. 1 second. That's crazy. They're gonna say, yeah, his phone broke. My phone is not broke, y'all. Let me show y'all. See, my phone is good. You see it? My phone is good. This is the thing. I don't know. That's crazy. Good thing I got a screen. Great screen protector. Yeah, it's time for me to get my rest, y'all. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's time for me to rest, y'all. So I thank y'all all for tuning in to the show. You know, we got more things to do. I catch y'all the next one. Brown royalty to the people. We the business. Keep winning, y'all. Keep winning. Stay winning. Thank y'all, Florida. Thank you to the Deep South. And thank y'all for those who's watching throughout the world. Like, share, and subscribe. And we will see you over by Forever Studio June 17th. Forever Studio will be going live for his birthday. So we'll be looking forward to it. Forever Studios. Forever Studios. It's your winning season. We're coming over there. We're looking forward to your live. And let me tell you something, brother, because we talk a lot. It's your winning season. A year from this time, your whole life is about to change. Just like mine's and everybody else's. Get ready because we are super elite. It's time to win. And you deserve it, Forever Studio. You deserve it. Remember that. You deserve it, fam. So with that said, y'all, I appreciate it. I'll holler at y'all on the next one. Peace out. All you fellas and ladies that's winning, keep winning because more to come.